Okay. So here we go. Time to go. Really, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy to see you all. The reason I'm doing this is we have to raise our vibrations. It's, we have to, and 2025 is coming, and somehow we have to take all these experiences of 2024. So Will, everybody's muted, and at the end I'll mute us, and then we'll share, and then the recording will go off. Okay. So we're raising vibrations. And this is the one of four. The first one, this first topic is gratitude. The next one is letting go. So this year in 2024, we're going to establish that we're grateful to be alive and to have survived. And we're going to get ready to let go of what doesn't serve us. And then it'll be 2025. And next week, we can think about what we're going to aim for and trusting ourselves to be able to carry forward our next step. So that's the purposes of these topics. And there's another purpose too, is that I think a lot about brain plasticity. And that's what I've been working on for years with cellular yoga. And that's, if you want to create a new groove in your brain, you have to assess the one you've got. Then you have to decide you're willing to stop doing the thing that doesn't work. And then you have to think about what you do want to create the change to be. And then you have a plan and you repeat it. So basically, I'm talking about the same thing in different language. And then later on at the end of this meditation, you're going to hear it again in Sanskrit. So, so what we're going to learn, what I want to present is an idea about how messages are carried in our cranial sacral fluid and the pattern that that happens in. So there's anatomy behind this, but we're not doing anatomy. We're doing an imagery and energy of how the fluid moves through your body. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is get to a place where you can stand up for a few moments. If you don't want to do that, you can just sit down and do the movement with your upper body. If you're timid, you can turn your camera off. But here's the idea. The idea is we have fluid right in our brains, right behind our eyes. It's like a lake with two more areas. They're called ventricles, but the fluid gets created and it flows down. So what happens is it flows down and then around the cranium and then down again. So there's a constant flow in our heads, but then it travels down the spinal cord. So the basic movement, it's like a big circular feeling and it flows down and then out through the body. Okay, so a cranial sacral fluid is salty and it stays right in the enclosure of the brain and the spinal cord, but then it communicates with all the nerves. So that's why I can say that we're doing a movement like this and down and out and down and out. So if you're going to flow an idea like gratitude and you potentize it by having feelings and imagery, you flow it over and over. You can think of it this way through your brain, or you can think of it through the whole body, down and out, down and out, down and out, down and out. And let's say you want to pause. Okay. Why would you want to pause? All right, I'm going to sit down again and give you the next idea. The idea about stillness. Okay. When you breathe very slowly and slow your breath down, when you use the image of this flow that I've explained and that it can slow down, what you're accomplishing is communicating with the rhythm that's within our body. We have breath, we have heartbeat, we have cranial sacral fluid, and we have lymph. And every one of them has a high tide and a low tide. We fill, 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 fill. Pause. Empty, 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 empty. So when you take a deep breath, you pause for a moment, you exhale, and you pause. When you decide you're going to slow that breath down, I think of that, I call it breathing wide. And you just imagine it slowing down. Then you think about that flow we were talking about. It's like they layer up, and you just use your mind and your imagination to get wider and pause and slow it down and slow it down until you find stillness. Okay, so let's just close our eyes and get comfortable. And take a moment to think about what you're grateful for. And I'm not really going to ask you to make a list, so let's think of one thing. Maybe that you survived 2024 alive, or that you can breathe, or that you can walk. Something really profound, simple, that you can appreciate. So what we're going to do is we're going to potentize, make that even more important. That feeling of just appreciating that we're here and we're together and we're alive and we are breathing. We're going to shift our molecular ocean, our inner ocean, by shaping it with this strong sensation of being grateful to be here. At this moment. You just flow that through your body. See if you can slow your breathing. If your mind wanders, think of another thing that you're grateful for and just flow it through again and again. Bring your focus up to your third eye. And then imagine you have a skylight right in the top of your head. You open it up and you let light flow in. Flows in right through your head, down through your body, just like what we were doing when we were standing. Goes to every single cell. So you fill up with light. And that light extends to everyone in this group. Notice your breathing. See if you can breathe wider so that your body's getting wider. Not just front and back, but side to side. So that you're expanding and filling. You begin to appreciate how comfortable and still it is. How precious it is to be connected. I'm going to begin to chant. I'll explain to you what it is. The first word you know well is Om. So we're inviting guidance and connection to each other, to the universe. The second word is Samtosha. It's Sanskrit. The closest word we have to it is gratitude, but it means much more than that. It means being content with what is. And the third word is Ritam. It's the rhythm of the universe. It's a profound idea, I find. It's like acknowledging that we are a wave in the ocean, part of the ocean. Oh, Samtosha Ritam. Om Samtosha Ritam. Om Samtosha Ritam. Just fill yourself up with this beautiful energy. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I so appreciate your being here. Namaste. I'm going to turn off this recording. And we have about 10 minutes to share if you want to.